Drizzy.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. This is a series on flow triggers. We're talking about the second trigger, which is a psychological trigger of clear goals. Okay, clear goals meaning you gotta know what you want and why you want it. Flow state is for you to get from point A to point B. And flow state is the vehicle that gets you to take a shortcut from point A to point B, because once you're in the zone, it speeds up the process of mastery. So purpose becomes your gravitational pull or your golden north for flow states. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to get confused. You're going to get lost on your path. However, if you know where you're going, it's much easier to chart a path to get there smoothly. So a lot of us try to skip past everything and get immediately towards purpose. What's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's my purpose? What is it? Instead of that, Stephen Kotler has this process that I want to share with you. So you want to start out, first of all, from curiosity. Simply being curious. Asking the right kinds of questions that spark curiosity. I tell my clients to start a curiosity list, which helps you boil down what is it that you're actually passionate about. So it goes from curiosity to passion, top 3 passions, as you overlap all the similar questions. A curious question could be like, I wonder if aliens exist. I wonder why trees are green. I wonder why relationships don't work after a period of time. Whatever it is, right? These are all curious questions that you wish to explore. It doesn't necessarily have to be things that you are good at, but things that you're interested in learning more about, interested in discovering. So it can be fairly challenging, but this is a process of discovery. It's going to give you that childlike wonder. Again, not childish, but childlike wonder, which moves into passion. Passion is that energy, that driving force, that grit. Let's say your top 3 passions are science, writing, and love. So now why not write about the science of love? You see what I'm saying here, guys? It's about finding the overlap with all of these areas that you're interested in. Once you can find that overlap, that ikigai, that platform where you're like, okay, I can get money from actually doing what I'm passionate about, that's when it starts to take it further. And then you get from passion to purpose. So when you are passionate and you start acting on those passions daily, let's say your passion is writing, if you start writing daily, it's going to build up the skill sets for you to then ask yourself the question of, how can this thing that I'm doing right now help to solve a global crisis or a global issue? How can I help others? How can I solve a problem? How can I fill in a gap in the marketplace? So you start with curiosity, you get to passion, and then you get to purpose. We want the mind to be aligned towards present action. Whether if it's thinking about the past or if it's thinking about the future, it's going to get scattered. Of course, clear goals is about thinking about the future. However, it must be present aligned. You want to make sure, first of all, that you're tracking your progress in terms of getting more closer towards your goals. And you want to also make sure that you're having fun. A lot of people forget about enjoying the process as well as trusting it. If you enjoy and trust the process, it's going to be a lot more swifter for you to get closer to your goals. A lot of people think about their goals, but I want you to think from the perspective of your goals already having been accomplished. What would you be doing? So when you give yourself a goal like learning something new, I want to learn something new, man. That's not very clear. But when you tell yourself, I want to learn Italian grammar and read 5 chapters in my Italian grammar book by the 5th of January, midnight, that's more specific, rather than just saying, I just want to learn something new. Right? We give ourselves these goals like, I want to join a gym, but then what are you going to do? What is the workout plan? You get what I'm saying? It's like we have to get much more specific. Our goals or end results tell us where to put our attention. And where we put our attention to, what we focus on, then becomes our results. What we put attention to, that's also where our energy goes to. So we actually want to maintain and preserve our energy for the right kind of goal. If it's a very ambiguous, scattered goal, it's going to confuse the subconscious mind. You see, the subconscious mind loves clarity. If you say that I want to start an Italian restaurant around 500 people, the walls are going to be gray and blue. I'm going to have the theme of an underwater theme. You're getting really clear. If you're just saying, yeah, I just want to start a restaurant, you're not specific enough. It's the same thing if you're trying to attract a dream partner. If you say like, oh, I want her to have blue eyes, and I guess that's fine if she has, hazel eyes too. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, and also she can also have, she can be a brunette or blonde, I guess as well. And I'm not really too picky. You've got to be picky. Okay, you've got to start getting clear about what you want and what you actually prefer, because your subconscious mind is getting confused. It's becoming vague. If you're speaking vague, incomprehensible, halfway things into the world, not fully committed, the world is going to be giving you that. You see what I'm saying? But when you're very, very clear, you're going to start seeing that thing even more, and you're going to create this self-fulfilling prophecy for you to actually accomplish it. So you want to take big goals, big dreams, or big ideas. Then you want to do a chunking process of chunking them down to very, very small goals. This is the process of Kaizen, or continuous progression, right? Implementing with continuous progression each and every single day, 1%. And if you have 1% at the end of the year, 365 days, you do the math, all right? How much percentage would you have improved? I want you to have SMART goals. What are SMART goals? Okay, SMART. This is an acronym, though they have to be pretty smart goals as well. Okay, double meaning. S is for specific. You want to be very, very specific and clear. The more specific you can get it, the more you can niche down, and the more clarity that you can have, it's going to be powerful. First of all, it's specific. Second of all, you want something that is measurable, something that you can measure. You can track your progress in some way. If you're making it a metric and you're using your own ruler to measure, okay, this is how much I improved. Let's say you're improving your voice. The metric is you record your voice each day and you notice the decibels going up each day. That's changing your default mode network, as an example. So the second one is measurable. Third one is attainable. You want it to be very realistic of a goal. You can't make a goal that's not feasible or attainable. So you want to have goals that are attainable, and then you can start building them up, having those small goals that build up to the bigger goal, building that skill set over time. Fourth one is relevant. It's got to be relevant in terms of what you want. Let's say that you want to start out a big company, but you're doing all these extraneous things rather than selling people or, getting employees or whatever, right? You're doing all these other tasks like, oh, what is my business card logo going to look like? Like all that stuff. But yes, that is important. It is important. But is it the main thing that you want to be focusing on right now? Or is it the revenue that you want to, the income that you're trying to build? So it's got to be relevant to what you're doing. Don't have irrelevant tasks. If you have irrelevant tasks towards your goal, you're going to be scattered, okay? It's not going to get that flow. And finally, we have T. T stands for time bound. You got to give yourself a due date. You got to give yourself a due date or a deadline. When you do have that, then it's about, okay, I know I have something to look forward to. If you are a boxer, let's say, and you have a boxing match coming up, you have something to train for. You have something to prepare. Maybe you're getting up, you're shadow boxing each day, you're getting towards the punching bag, you're working on your weight training, and now you have a process and you have a workout of things that you're doing each day to prepare for that event. Now, you don't actually have to have an event in mind like that, but having a passion project or an event like running a marathon or speaking on stage or all of these different things that you can be like, okay, on the 5th of June, I'm doing this. When you can have that in the back of your mind, you can have an event that you're looking forward to that starts to become the process of growth. And growth is the consciousness of happiness. So it's going to get you excited. It's going to give you that momentum. So this is the process of coming up with very, very clear goals. Write them down as well. All right, write down your goals. Sometimes we forget. When we write it down, we remember twice. So that's my advice to you. I hope this video helps you out today. Have an amazing day. If you haven't checked out my other video, okay, the first video is on intensely focused attention. Check that one out. This is a series, and may the flow be with you and stay a legendary. See you next time.